Before read receipts and typing bubbles stressed us out, communicating meant patience, effort, and sometimes hunting down a payphone.
We lived through pagers, dial-up, and texting that cost money. So if you think waiting 5 minutes for a reply is hard, buckle up.
Today, we're talking about the evolution of instant messaging from beepers to iMessage and how it slowly turned us into anxious overthinkers.
So grab a drink, grab a snack, and let's go back. Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Gen X Unfiltered, the podcast.
What's up, everybody?
Welcome back.
Steve, Eric, how's it shaking today?
It's shaking bacon. I don't know.
Shaking like a Polaroid picture.
Oh, that's a good song. I haven't heard that in a while. Yes, we are back with another episode.
Another tasty ear treat.
Yeah, we're trying.
An audible treat.
That's
We're
right.
trying real hard to have a cool, fun,
Yeah.
smooth intro, and we're just all looking at each other like, "Help, rescue me! I don't know what to say."
What are we talking about today?
Okay, Eric, like we could have had a more smoother. Eric is the king of awkward segues.
No, 2026 I've decided I'm not going to be awkward anymore. That's my new bit.
Okay, well, you better keep trying.
That was okay. Well, I'll just shut up from now on.
I'm just kidding. But like Eric said, today we are talking about the evolution of instant messaging.
I didn't say I asked what we're talking about.
Yeah, well, I was trying to smooth out the segue that you ruined.
Oh, sorry. Go on.
But we're talking about the evolution of instant messaging.
This is a good one because it's changed a lot
This
over the
is
years.
gonna make us put on our little nostalgia glasses. Think about, I don't know, I guess we'll decide at the end, the good old days or the archaic days. I don't know. We'll find out.
yeah.
We'll kind of debate it out with you guys. But yeah, I mean, like I said, Gen X we were sort of teenagers in the 90s. So we kind of picked, well, I mean, I guess we were the start of the sort of messaging era.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we remember, when there was no such thing as texting.
Well,
it was
there-
not even a
yeah.
You
thing.
had to actually call someone on the phone, and now
Yeah.
texting's like the dominant form of communication.
Like,
All right.
we had, I guess, a fax, but that's not the same thing by any stretch of the word.
No.
But that was kind of it.
All right. So we're going to start way back 1980 to 1998. So that's a good 18-year time span.
Mm-hmm.
But pagers and beepers, this was the era of being reachable, but not actually able to respond. So you got a beeper and a number. That's it. Codes like 143 and 911 carried emotional weight. I don't know what 143 was.
No, I'm not too sure. I'm trying to think if that. I'd have to look at if that's something like on the keypad, 143 or
Oh, I
something.
think it's
911. I mean,
Well, I think it's just a code. It probably meant call me or something.
that's what I'm saying. If it was an abbreviation for something.
Zero contacts, maximum anxiety. But the biggest problem is you still had to find a phone to use, right? So you get a
Yeah.
page and it would be like, damn. Now, I'm just going to say, it's just a funny joke, but out of the three of us, Eric and I did not have a pager.
No, I was not a doctor.
Yeah.
But Steve, I guess, was in an era at one point in his life. Where
Yeah, I
he
don't know
thought
why
a
I thought it
pager
would somehow.
was
Well,
cool.
'cause this is back when I had this is like the early days of cell phones.
Okay, yes.
So for some reason, I thought it would be easier and cheaper to have a pager, and then I could use the cell phone. I don't know why. I had it for like a month.
Okay,
I
well-
don't think I ever actually used it.
Hold on. Let's start back a little bit earlier because I know for you, Steve, so when you first started working in the real world,
Yes.
when you had to call your boss after hours or whoever was on call, they had a pager.
Yes, I worked in a 24/7 environment, so yes,
Yes.
we had to page.
That's how you reached your
And it was
help.
but it was like, it was weird though. It was like one of those where you would call and someone you would talk to somebody and they
Oh,
would
the
then
pager
send them,
system.
Yeah, so they would actually send a message to the pager.
You just
my
reminded
God.
me of something.
Because I
Total
eventually
flashback.
became a supervisor on that same team, and so that we still had. I hated that, but
The pager system?
when we had an on-call pager, I would carry that on-call pager whenever my rotation came up to be on call.
Yeah.
And I hated it because it never woke me up. It was annoying, and it had this little tiny screen you're trying to read.
Oh my God.
but you had to call.
Yeah, so basically basically what it is if I was working overnight shift, I needed to send my manager a text message. I would then call the pager service, tell them who I wanted to text, and then say what I wanted it to say, and then they would type it out and send it. And then my manager would get a text, and it would say whatever
Yeah.
I was saying, and then they would just call me at work.
Building on fire, 911.
Shit like that.
That reminds me of way back when I first started working in my job. We required a third party for a certain aspect of the job, and they were reachable. Again, this was before cell phones were super, like people had cell phones, and it was the same thing. It was a pager, and you reminded me. I just remembered you had to call a number.
Yeah.
It went to a service. You'd be like, I'm trying to reach someone, or I think their number or whatever. And then the message, and then for me, I remember you just like wait, because mine wasn't usually emergency stuff. It was more like, hey, I need you to come pick this up type thing.
Yeah.
But it was like you just waited for them to call back, and sometimes it was 5 minutes, sometimes it was 10 minutes. But yeah, they had to find a phone.
Yeah, I mean, back in the day, I mean, eventually people had cell phones, so they had the old school, like just in the car ones, but then you had cell phones so people could call. But yeah, it was just this weird.
It really like
convoluted way of getting in touch with somebody.
It was brutal, but back then if someone wasn't at home and not by their home phone, there was no other way to get to somebody.
No, exactly. That was it. I remember my uncle was a doctor and he had a pager, but this is before. It was just literally just beep. And I think I have like a number on top, and you look at, I need to go
to radiology or something.
Or whatever, yeah.
I was supposed to be in surgery. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, because now I don't even, I think they have internal like pager things at the hospital. Like they're not pagers anymore, but they like act like a pager.
Yeah.
But now I'm pretty sure like if they're on call, it's just like their phone. I don't think they have like the old school.
Yeah.
Like can you even get pagers anymore? I doubt it.
I don't know if you can.
Oh my God, I want one.
I can't imagine where you would need one anymore.
Well, yeah,
but
obviously.
I would be surprised if pagers like not making a comeback, but if they appeared again, because there's sort of like a resurgence of dumb phones.
What I was going to say, though, there's people who want to get away from being, connected 24/7. That maybe they'd be like, it might become a thing again.
If it's an emergency, page me. Otherwise, I'll get to you later. Yeah.
All right, so then we kind of go, like some of these eras overlap each other, right?
So it wasn't like there's a clear line of like pages that just stopped.
then we go to payphones and calling back, which was from 1975 to 2002. So messaging required planning, pockets full of change, and patience. So missed calls were normal. They weren't personal. Privacy was questionable at best. Sometimes you just didn't connect. So we're talking about like payphones. We're talking about if you call somebody and they're not there and they don't pick up and it's like, whatever, they're just not there.
Yeah.
So it was sort of that era of, I mean, I think we lived through, the payphone era. Like, your parents drop you off at the mall and then you have to use the phone to pick them up for them to come pick you up. And payphones were everywhere. Okay. Side note, I saw a random payphone, which there's not very many of them around here anymore.
They're hard to find.
Do you know how much it costs for a call now?
How much?
$5.
$5?
$5.
Okay, but this is my thing.
Say like a
toonie, yeah.
No, but this is my thing though, okay? If you want to leave a payphone for, like, there are people in this, look, there's people who don't have homes, who live
hey, your phone dies.
Whatever, right? Like you need a payphone.
Something so dramatic,
let's make it affordable, okay?
Yeah, $5, yeah.
And not everybody has like a credit card to put in the machine.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Oh my God. You know what I had when I was a teenager? It was a Call Me card. Do you remember those things?
Yeah.
I didn't have one though, but.
Oh, yeah. Basically, so a Call Me card was you use that and like the charge and stuff of the payphone went to whoever you were calling.
Yeah, my parents had
or there was
one
like money on it
or
at one point. You could get ones that had money on them.
You could get prepaid cards. So that was different. Yeah, this was basically like, it was almost like a call and collect card.
What I used to do, did you guys ever do that? You just do like the
operator or collect call.
Collect call, that was it. And
so
it'd be
then
like, we had to leave your name, like, Mom, come get me.
Yeah, and then you'd hang up. Because it wouldn't charge until like they accepted the call.
Yeah, they would just accept the charges. Yeah,
exactly.
We do that all the time.
Yeah, because that's the message that your parents would hear.
Yeah, so it'd be like, they knew you're at the movies or at the mall or wherever, so you just leave that quick little message, be like, I'm ready to come home, and then they would just come. We do that all the time. I remember doing that.
You know what I remember too, though. Now it just sends me into a tailspin. But at the time, like I didn't care as a teenager. How dirty those phones probably were.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like. I can see the black plastic phone
thing
and the
metal
button.
cord. And remember it had the phone book hanging down like a plastic case.
Oh,
and the phone book you could.
And you felt so cool when you went to the phone booth and you shut the door.
Some of them had like actual booths. The other ones were just like mounted to the wall and stuff. Yeah.
I always thought it felt a little bit like Superman going into one of those things.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird. And a phone booth. It's one of those things though, like until they kind of disappeared, I forgot they were kind of a thing. Right? Because like it was just such a weird.
Because it's so rare to see one now.
Yeah, but I saw one and I was like, oh, that's weird. That's curious. Maybe like it's smart because there's lots like things can happen, right? At $5, I was like, hell no. There is
crazy.
No way on this planet that it costs that much money to keep this thing up.
Because for the longest time, it was 25 cents.
Yeah.
It was a quarter to make
Back
the call.
then, that was a lot of money, though, if you think about it, a quarter.
It's a good chunk of
It
change, I
wasn't
guess.
30
Yeah.
years ago. Like, you
Yeah.
think it would be like 5 cents or something.
Yeah, it might have been at some point. I don't
Maybe.
know.
I
But
don't know.
yeah, I just remember a quarter was what I remember.
But you never had quarters. So you did the Steve trick. It's like, or it's like you are getting a collect call from, and then you're supposed to say your name, but it'd be like, pick me up.
yeah.
And then you hang up.
Yeah, no, I definitely remember doing that. Yeah.
And it was like planned with your parents. It's like, I'm just going to call collect and just whatever. Like,
Yeah.
don't accept the charges.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly. No, I
Oh,
100% remember doing that.
We were really like thrifty back then.
Well, it's just cheap because collect calls were expensive. Remember
And
that?
you
Yeah.
had quarters. Like, I didn't. I mean, I guess we had cheap
I always
money
carried
then.
them with me just in case.
Of course, Eric did. Of course he did.
You never know. I was a little prepper.
I didn't have that much foresight. So again, and that was the era where you called somebody's house. This, people did have answering machines, but they were always the like external ones. So not a lot of people had answering machines.
No,
So
my
you-
parents did.
You called a house, nobody answered, you hung up, and you didn't take it personal. Just like, oh, they're not home. I'll call back later.
I always remember my parents. I was in high school. We had our
Did you
home.
change the thing?
Yeah, I realized where our home computer. Remember, I had those little shitty like microphones, external
Yes.
microphones. I realized you could record your voice.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So I recorded my voice and said I was Satan, and that we couldn't answer the
Sorry.
phone because we were selling our souls to the devil.
How long did it take your parents to find out?
Not long.
I can't imagine your mom was very happy
No,
about
I
that.
think someone from like their church group or something like called.
Oh,
or
no.
whatever, yeah. I thought it was pretty funny.
Did you get a
But,
little talking to?
oh yeah,
I could see your dad thinking that was funny, but,
but
I
that
could
was
see
but like
I could see
yeah.
your mom being like not impressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty cool because you could slow your voice down. So I was like,
Yeah.
this is Satan.
Fun fact, we never had an answering machine.
No.
Never.
Never.
So my family jumped on board the answering machine like game, but it was later on. Like early on, it was like tape.
I remember we had one of those
Yeah.
the tape ones.
We didn't
yeah.
have the tape. We got it later on when it was like an actual, just like a.
digital
Digital
like
one,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we never had one. I don't know. I guess we weren't that important.
Yeah. What's it is like? I mean, who knows? I don't mean they don't actually leave important messages. Well, I'm sure they did at some point.
Well,
but
I mean,
yeah.
it could just been like, hey, call me back or
Yeah.
whatever. But
I always remember that changing it on my parents. I thought it was hilarious.
That's
but
pretty funny. That's a funny story.
all right. Then we went to the next era, 96 to 2004, was the internet messaging, AOL, MSN, ICQ. This is when messaging starts to become emotional. Screen names were chaotic and deeply personal. Away messages were passive aggressive diaries. Signing on felt like an event. This was cool. I remember thinking this was really cool.
Yes, I
Oh,
remember
yeah.
thinking ICQ was the cool thing.
Super cool.
I can't think of the sound in my head, but I
But
know,
I know
as soon
it.
as you
Was
hear
it
the
like
tone,
wasn't it like a whistle? Like
Yeah, that might
Was
have been
it?
AOL. That might have
that
been.
would have been AOL.
Was it AOL?
I think,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
But ICQ, I just remember the
But-
little like flower.
yeah, the little flower
Yeah.
symbol, yeah.
So this was the thing though, is like not everybody at this time had computers though, right? Like computers
No.
weren't in every household.
No, they were much more common,
They were.
but still not. And this was still like dial-up.
Yeah.
dial-up
Like
days.
this is still
But
dial-up
I
days,
remember thinking it was so cool that you could talk to, and of course we probably like, I don't remember, but I'm assuming like you literally could just find anybody, whether you knew them or not, and like talk to random people from
yeah. I
wherever.
can't remember. How did you add people? Did you have like a code or something? I'm trying to remember
can't
now. It's been
remember.
so long.
I
must have
I
been.
barely used ICQ.
Yeah, see, I can
I
vividly
remember-
remember ICQ with Winamp going at the same time.
I used to love Winamp.
and again
Side
from
note,
like
but-
LimeWire or something like
Yeah.
that. Trying to find
Okay,
songs
we're not
off
talking
there.
about downloading
No, I'm
songs.
just saying though. But the external. I remember we had an external modem.
But I remember MSN Messenger that was linked to like your Hotmail account.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as long as you knew someone's like email, you could find their
you could
messenger.
send them,
Well,
yeah,
here's
yeah.
the fun thing though, is like here where they're talking about screen names. So this was back when like it would be like, you made your screen name whatever you were feeling in that moment, like Angry Girl 92, right?
Yeah,
like they were
yeah.
like so dramatic and
Yeah.
like
No, it'd be like
or like Makeup Girl or, like
I
don't even know what
pop at the time.
the
like,
hell was mine, but like they were
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
really dramatic names.
Yeah,
I remember like those MSN Messenger was the first time I can remember where you could update your status.
Yeah.
Like away, out to lunch,
yeah,
or whatever.
yeah,
things
you
like
could,
that,
like,
right?
Yeah, you could change it to like
Yeah.
whatever you're doing.
So
yeah,
if someone was trying to find you, it wasn't just like you weren't available. It was like, oh, he's at work or
But it also,
Yeah.
you felt so cool when you're like, I'm going out, but I'm going to put my status to away. And like,
Yeah.
because people could still message you. You
Oh, they
just weren't
could.
there.
oh yeah, you
Yeah.
could.
So
yeah.
then you'd like run home and be like, ooh, I mean, let's be real. I didn't have anybody messaging
Well, no, but
me,
that was still the days. That was a weird thing too, because there was still the days of dial-up. So like,
Yeah.
you couldn't just. I mean, you could, depending if you had like a dedicated phone line or something like that. But like, you would just be on when you turned it on. It wasn't like always running and like,
yeah, exactly.
you had to like dial in to connect to it and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, that definitely takes me back to like ICQ. I'm just trying. Yeah, man. Oh man.
I'm gonna sound really old here, but that's not. But kids, internet wasn't always on in your house.
No,
There
it
was a
wasn't.
day where like you had to turn on the internet through your phone line.
Can
I
I?
had to coordinate. Be like, I'm going to go on the internet.
Yeah.
No one use the phone. I remember actually yelling that out or telling people
Yeah.
that. And,
I'm going online.
Yeah.
Can I call?
Yeah.
Can I just like hippity skip back to the era before of the payphones? Because there's a couple of questions here that I forgot to ask. That I think
yeah.
I don't know. It's going to make my brain
If I say no, does it matter?
No. It's going to make my brain insane to not ask these questions.
Okay.
So, sorry, pause. Back to the payphone era. Do you think today's world could function if we brought payphones back? I don't know. That seems very dramatic.
I
So
don't
that means
understand.
like no cell phones, just pay phones?
I don't know.
I mean,
That's the question.
if payphones existed with everything we currently have, yeah, it'd be fine.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think people would use them, but
no, there's a reason they're gone. It's because no one's using them, and it costs too much to maintain them. But
do you remember not?
it seems a little short-sighted to get rid of all of them. To be honest, it may not be such a terrible idea to leave some around. To be honest,
well, was the cell networks go down?
that's
and
what I'm
shit?
saying. So
Yeah.
to have a few around, like again, they don't want to keep them all, but maybe leaving some around wouldn't be
Yeah.
a terrible idea. But
The old school phone network doesn't need power to work.
yeah,
Okay, and then here's one. Do you remember it's sort of the why did no one panic when someone didn't call back right away? Remember that life of like, you didn't care if somebody called you back,
Yeah.
you didn't care if nobody answered, and now it's like, why aren't they calling me?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's that like
It's the
instant gratification.
yeah, no,
gratification
you're
world.
used to.
But
'cause
we
it's-
lived a world where it's just like, Billy's not home. Who cares? We'll catch him later.
No, exactly. Yeah, which
So
is what it
weird.
should be like. But now it's like I sent them a text message 3 minutes ago. Why aren't they?
Yeah.
Because I know that phone's
wrong?
I know
What's
their
wrong?
phone's in their back pocket wherever they are.
Yeah.
That
And
You know,
then
yeah.
the confidence of just hanging up and walking away. Like, oh, they're not home. And you walk away, don't think anything about it. But now it's like, they didn't answer. Are they screening my call? Did I do something? Are they mad at me? Like
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. There was no expectation to get like an answer right away.
no, you didn't.
No.
It was just they were home. They weren't home. And if maybe you got lucky, they had an answering machine. You could say, leave a message, and
Yeah.
that was it. Yeah, you didn't really think too much of it. Now you just everything is overthunk.
Sorry, guys. My
Or
mic.
if you, called,
Yes.
if you called Steve's house, you got a message from Satan.
That's right.
Sorry, my mic was slowly falling, so I had to adjust it. Anyway.
But yeah, no, I think it's I can't remember what I was going to say now.
That's fine. No, it was just it's amazing how yes, it's a long period of time, but it's also not a long period of time, but it's amazing how fast those things just went away, right? Like just sort of not being concerned, the overthinking. I feel like back then we just did not overthink shit.
No, there was less
I mean, obviously there was,
dead
but
air in your brain.
Yeah, it was just
Or more
like,
dead air in your brain, I
it was
guess.
just like, oh, they're not home. Okay, well, I'll try later. Boom.
Yeah.
Not even think twice. Like I said, now for me, it's like, oh my God, are they mad at me? Like, why aren't they answering? Is something going on? And like, blah, 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 right?
Well,
like,
not even that. It's like, when's the last time I called somebody? That's more the.
well, okay, but I'm just saying, whether
yeah.
it's calling or texting, whatever,
Texting,
but I'm
yeah.
just saying, like, it's the same thing, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Sometimes I wish for those kind of like,
Yeah.
Simpler times.
okay, hold on. I got to fix my mic again to just. Okay, so we finished up the payphone era. Sorry for my jump back.
Some
but
technical issues with Kelly's mic.
so then we went to the instant messaging, AOL, MSN, ICQ. I remember using it. I don't remember being like a long time using it. Well, I mean, we didn't get a computer in our house until, and I mean, I'm sure it was early for a lot of people, but like we didn't have a computer until probably like 97
Yeah.
ish, and internet. Like, we didn't have like internet and stuff.
Oh,
until-
for sure.
Yeah, internet was definitely, 96.
Yeah, it was
I'm trying to
somewhere
remember.
around there.
We had a computer. We got an old one from one of my dad's buddies or something like that. But
Yeah.
it was like a piece of shit
But
Tandy that like,
did you
I
have the
remember
internet?
candies.
oh yeah, it was
Yeah.
like it had like, it was like it was old.
Yeah, it was beat up.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I'm trying to, it must have been like 90. I don't know when I got our first computer. I want to say like 95, 96 maybe.
Yeah, my family was about the same time they got our first
Yeah.
computer, and then internet was later 90s for us. It was
Yeah.
like 98.
Yeah, we
And I'm
had-
going to be honest, the only reason why we had internet is because a family member was going somewhere to work for like 6 months, and my mom wanted to keep in touch with them over email. So
yeah, that makes sense.
that's
Yeah.
literally the only reason why we got the internet.
Yeah, no, I had a modem. I don't know how, but we had a modem, and I remember doing like BSBs.
Yeah.
You could dial, you could call into them and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
Like I remember my dad was impressed because he loved it because the library had a BSB,
yeah.
so you could call into it and like reserve books and stuff like that. So he thought that was like the greatest thing in the world. But then so I remember doing some of that shit, and like people
Yeah.
ran BSBs. You could go in there like download like more like Duke Nukem or
games,
like games and
That
stuff
was
like that.
also the era of like chat rooms and stuff. Remember,
That was the next evolution of it. Was then once AOL and stuff like that came along. Yeah,
we all had our era of like trolling it. The original, where were the original trollers online? Going into chat, like going to like the no shade, but like going into like the Christian chat rooms and just like see I feel like you would go in there and be like Satan rules into like the Christian
like dumb shit, or like go into like
awful.
Forums for like different teams, like say like a Leaf fan chat.
Yeah.
Be like,
And
Leaf
just
sucks.
troll them.
Yeah.
I mean, our trolling was a lot more innocent. Just saying.
No, but that was just sort of, it was a totally different vibe too. Yeah, I mean, I didn't do a lot of that chat room stuff.
didn't
Like
either.
You get those free, like 50 hours free in the mail.
Oh,
like
from
that.
AOL?
Yeah.
I remember sometimes like just with friends like trolling the chat rooms, but I was never a member of a chat room.
No, it was just the internet was different then. You'd go on for a little bit. There wasn't really much to do
no,
other
there
than those
wasn't.
chat. Like there wasn't really much to do.
No, like the
there wasn't
websites were pretty basic. Back
Yeah,
then.
like it was just there wasn't a whole. I don't know, like web crawler.
Yes.
It was like before Google and all this stuff. Like it was just
Netscape. All that stuff.
like it was just different. There wasn't a lot. You'd go on there for a bit and then you're like, oh, okay. It wasn't like there was no social media, there's no Facebook, any of that stuff. There wasn't much on there.
Are you guys ready to move to the next era so we can stay on topic of messaging evolution?
Ready.
Let's do it.
We have texting and T9, 1999 to 2006. Texting existed, but you had to earn it. There was pay per text plans meant fewer intentional messages. Excuse me. T9 typing required focus and skill. And every message mattered. So this was the era when you had the whole little, like you had to hit the number 4 times to get the letter you wanted. But they cost money. Like I remember them costing like 50 cents a text.
I remember like 25 cents like a text. Like it was not pretty crazy.
Nobody texted.
No,
nobody did at all. Like unless it was like an emergency, it wasn't worth it. Yeah.
I remember it was free to receive a text. To send one always cost money.
But also again, like not worth it. Everybody had cell phones.
No. And it was a pain in the ass to do it. So it was just kind of like unless it was a super urgent thing, I don't think I ever, because no one wanted to pay for it. It wasn't worth it.
No, I hated the T9 texting where you like to push like the number 3 times to the letter you wanted.
Yeah.
And then try and guess the word and stuff. It was really rudimentary. And it was not intuitive at all.
No, it was definitely like you just did it if you really had to. And so like really nobody was texting. It wasn't until you got the phones with the full keyboards.
That was the game changer.
The sidekicks and those things.
Yeah.
Then it became a little different. And then that's when the prices started becoming cheaper, or eventually it became free. That's when it really kind of changed.
Yeah, exactly.
Guys, I'm really struggling here. I have the hiccups.
I know, I can tell.
So hard not to hiccup. No, it's fine. So I lost my train of thought. Anyway, so like I said, I wasn't a big texter. I think I probably sent like 4 texts. But okay, you guys, we're gonna have to pause for a few minutes for me to get rid of these hiccups.
Okay, we'll be right back, guys.
Bye.
Okay, I'm back. My hiccups are gone. For now. That was really annoying.
It's
There's
just hard.
It's more annoying than having that freaking hiccups.
Well, it's not so bad if you didn't have a microphone right in front of you. It's hard to like hide that. Yeah.
So like I was saying before, I didn't text a whole lot. Like I remember texting, but like again, I don't even think half the people I knew had phones. So I don't know who I was texting.
No, it took a while for. I'm trying to think. I know I had a cell phone in fairly early in. Like 2000, I had one of those cheap Nokia
with snakes on it.
Up here was like, what was it? I think it was Fido. Was it?
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, it had snakes on it. So it was pretty basic.
Yeah.
And like never texting and never, maybe a couple calls,
that
but even calls cost money.
No, but that was back then where like you didn't have like there wasn't. I mean, okay, you guys are gonna be like, yeah, we did, but like not like plans like they have now.
No, it was all pay as you go.
Yeah.
So it was like you paid, and if you went over, then it cost a fortune. And so like you pay like, I don't know, was it maybe $20 a month? I forget.
Let's roll back and just say it. This era, at least for me, I can only say, Eric didn't have a cell phone until he was like 32.
And that's what I was trying to get at.
But I'm just saying, like, cell phones weren't used for daily communication. Cell phones were you had them in case of an emergency.
No, and that's sort of what I was getting at, was that I had at least. Then I had that Nokia one. Then I had at least 2 or 3 other cell phones. So it's probably a good 4, 5, 6 years.
Yeah.
Where like you never had cell phones, and maybe you would call, but texting was still never really a thing.
No.
It kind of slowly built up, and it wasn't once it became free. And then with the keyboard, I can't remember what brand it was, but it basically the front of the phone would slide off. And then
Eric, it's not a razor.
Chocolate?
No, it wasn't a razor, but it was I can't remember the name, but anyways, it would flip up, and then it was a full keyboard underneath it.
But even then, it's still
that's when I remember texting becoming a thing.
But I think also too, then it was like you could only send a certain amount of text.
Yeah,
it wasn't unlimited.
But it was still like a lot. It was basically free. Like, and they were.
Yeah.
Like that was when I remember texting kind of becoming a thing.
Well, also more people had phones.
Yeah. But I'm saying what I'm saying that's when texting sort of became more universal.
So then we go to the next.
And then you get into
the era
where you're going into. Yes, trying to lead into you. Sorry.
Just like you screwed up my segue in the previous one.
Yes.
I screwed up your segue.
Yeah.
One day we're gonna get our segues right, and we're all gonna be like, we're gonna root it. So we're gonna be like, oh my god, we did it. We're gonna root the segue.
We just let the moment happen.
We just can't not talk over each other. That's our problem.
Look, I'm trying.
No, I'm not saying you, me, everyone.
Like I said, if you guys listened to our podcast last week, we had a whole conversation about segues.
Yeah.
But then we're just very passionate people. Okay, we like to talk a lot. Me and Steve more so than Eric, I feel like.
I'm here.
The BlackBerry and BBM, 2004 to 2012. This is where messaging started. It was like a job. You messaged. Pins felt exclusive and important. Read receipts changed expectations. Work and personal life blurred. Full disclosure, I never had a BlackBerry.
Same here. I never had a BlackBerry, but I saw them.
They were
I knew people
everywhere.
who did. They were everywhere for a while.
I got one for work.
Yeah.
But it was a shared one. It was like an on-call because when I was working, we had the on-call pager that morphed into an on-call BlackBerry.
So you couldn't use it for personal use.
No, but you could definitely see the difference.
It was like a computer screen almost.
That was that was the first smartphone.
Yeah.
Right, like you could get on the internet. It was terrible. It was not great. The biggest benefit was that you could get email on it and you could text and it had a full keyboard built into it.
That was like the corporate phone.
Yeah, like everyone, like all business, everybody working, like that was the that was the only thing. Well, it was the only thing really.
That was the first time I remember people being like on their phones a lot.
What the hell was
crackberries back in the day?
Yeah, Steve used his like a crackberry for work stuff.
Well, no, I mean it was if you had to. It was
what was the pins?
That was just like your identification, your PIN number. So it's like if you wanted to send someone a message, you had to have their PIN for their phone.
Oh, it wasn't numbers.
No.
Weird.
No, BBM, BlackBerry Messenger, you had like a PIN for it. Yeah.
It was his own messaging platform.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and like here, it's like this is where people started. The 9 to 5 kind of ended.
Because even when BlackBerry died, I remember BBM still being like a very like.
Well, it was like, I remember having the app on my iPhone. I was
gonna say that was a big
people
thing.
Still had we had friends that had BlackBerries.
Yeah.
So because you couldn't you wouldn't want to text because it would still potentially cost money or pain. But
well, it's like the WhatsApp now, right?
Basically, yeah.
Because all different platforms could use it. Basically, is what it was. It wasn't just like
not everyone. Well, the whole thing was BBM. Like that was a whole like thing. It was like wow, you could like it was a big deal when it came to iPhone because it was it was proprietary to BlackBerry.
Yeah.
So this is when work and personal life blurred. So the 9 to 5 ended.
Yeah. Woohoo! Great time.
9 to 5
was that a good thing? I don't know.
No, and that was
BlackBerry.
Yeah.
But they were the shit. Like everybody had BlackBerries. They were the coolest things ever. Now, they don't even exist anymore, do they?
The company still exists.
RIM, the company does, but I don't know what they're doing to be honest.
Software. It's just software now.
Oh, they don't have actual phones.
They don't have no physical hardware anymore. It's software more for other companies.
And they were like wide. They were like little like.
Yeah, they tried a bunch of different things. They tried to come out with like a rival to the iPhone. There actually was it just called BlackBerry the movie? I don't remember. It was actually really good.
The documentary, yeah, or not documentary, but yeah,
it's a movie, with Jay Baruchel and is it Glenn Howerton from Always Sunny?
Based on the rise and fall of RAM.
Yeah, it was actually really really interesting. It was good, but it's cool because it happened like pretty local up here in Canada in Waterloo.
Yeah, which is so weird because Waterloo.
Yeah, but it's weird. They went from like the top of the food chain and top in terms of like cell phones to
because Jim Balsillie was like our Steve Jobs in a lot of ways.
Yeah, like he was going to want to get an NHL team and all this stuff.
Yeah, he was a huge character up here for a while.
Yeah, and
huge figure.
Yeah, just kind of gone.
Disappeared.
Yeah, so, the iPhone just ate their lunch.
Well, they're like the beta to VHS.
Yeah, kind of like they were the starting of it, and then
Can I ask a question? Like, I know when I make these comparisons, they're not actually like. Of course, there's room for like whatever.
No, yeah.
But like just the way Eric was like, I'm like.
That's why I know you. I
but
just
like,
was
you
like,
know what I meant.
No,
like,
and that's why I was just like, I'm not gonna
semantically, I get it.
I'll say this. I took a pause and actually followed through with what I was
I
thinking.
know, but I heard it and I was like, no, I get it, but like, just like,
Just let it go.
Well, for
Example.
For the sake of this.
No, that's why I was not, because for the sake of what we're talking about, it's irrelevant as to whether or not it's an apples to apples comparison. What you just
it was just more of a like.
No, but that's what it was. Is that they were the two, and then iPhone came along and just completely. It really just decimated them. They tried to come back with their own phones. I don't remember what the hell they were called, but
was it
Torch?
the Torch?
yes, the Torch. That's right, because
We have a
we
whole
have a
story.
friend who
We're
got
not going to
one.
tell this story, but
It's a friend that got
really
one, but
funny
one on an
story.
iPhone, and
It's
it was
just
a
a really
whole.
It was a pretty hilarious day.
It was
But-
not a good birthday for a
But
friend. of mine. It
now,
was just-
now they're total not iPhone users, so it's funny.
no, now it's a whole Android iPhone.
Okay, so this was BBM the beginning of messaging anxiety? I think so.
Probably the read receipt was
For
a
a
big thing
start,
where it's like,
yes.
well, I know they saw this. Why haven't they responded yet? You know,
Did
'Cause
read-
especially for me, because I use it strictly for like work stuff. So
Yeah.
it normally
Yeah.
it was in an on-call thing. So it'd be like, why isn't someone,
Yeah.
you know, looking for
Read
more of an
receipts
answer?
are
on
the
that?
read receipts are the devil, but
Who
they're
even
also
has, who
I-
has those turned on anymore?
I was going to say,
I know
mine
somebody
are
who
off.
does.
yeah.
Mine
Yeah.
are off. But read receipts are the devil, but
Yeah.
they're also like, I kind of love them. Not for myself, but if other people have them on and don't know
Well,
it,
like
I'm
it's
like,
funny, like because
ooh.
on now, like with Teams messaging at work, right? You can
see it.
it has a read receipt on there.
Uh-huh.
But if you want to turn it off so people can't see that, you can disable it. But then you can't
theirs.
see that they've read
Yeah.
your stuff, so it's
Yeah.
like
No.
you can't just
I think
it's
in,
either
like,
on or off.
Yeah.
I think in work situations, it's probably handy because then you could be like, oh, I never, bitch, please, you saw that. I
Yeah,
see it. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, it's a lot of
No,
accountability.
but it's the same thing though. That sometimes you'll send someone a message, and be like, "I see this has got the eye beside it. You saw
Yeah.
it. So
Why
why
are you
aren't you
responding
responding?
here?
Like I got a question or
I
whatever.
mean-
I hate Teams. God damn it.
we
It's true.
we never owned. Well, I mean, I guess Steve half owned a BlackBerry, but we didn't own Blackberries. But like, why? And once I read this, I was like, oh my god, I feel like it was. Why did owning a BlackBerry feel like a personality?
Well, because it was like
The shit.
It was the top tier cell phone.
It
Yeah.
was
You were
the,
somebody.
It was the only. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
the cell phone to
Like
have.
the
Like
people that I picture carrying Blackberries when they first came out was like lawyers and business people
yeah.
and like
well,
you
because
know.
if not, you were doing the
'Cause-
T9 like an idiot
Yeah.
trying to type
Exactly.
out. You know, like if you was that, you had a BlackBerry and they did BBM, and then you didn't have to pay.
Yeah.
The big thing with BBM, you didn't have that 25-cent
Yeah, it
texture
didn't
was
matter.
gone.
That was the first time I remember like a cell phone being like a statement about your lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it had that
Ooh.
sweet
Yeah.
pocket holster.
Oh my god. The holsters. I had a holster for my flip phone.
I had one for my iPhone at one point. I tried it.
Yeah.
I bought an
didn't use it.
OtterBox that came with one.
Yeah.
It's like, this is insane. It's so
You know how much
Yeah.
cringe I have for you guys that tried to wear them like that? Like
I had it. I didn't wear it.
that is the total like boomer dad thing to
Well,
do.
because phones are annoying that way. Even now, to carry them like in your back pocket side, like they're not.
Carry
they're-
a Merce.
That's what you need, though. You really need some, especially now getting older. I got a pair of reading glasses and stuff, so it's like my pockets are so full of crap.
Look,
Sometimes
there's
I need to
nothing
get like a.
wrong with carrying a Merce.
When you say that, I know the way you're saying it though. It's like you're that.
No.
You're doing
It's a slight-
you're doing like a Chevy Chase, just
No.
trying to poke. Like, there's nothing wrong with carrying a
No.
Merce.
I'm just not saying
You can't call it a bag.
I'm not saying purse
Right? No.
because I don't want you to be like, oh, I don't want to carry a
But you can
purse.
just call it a bag.
Well, I know, but I'm thinking of in relation what it is to me.
No, I know.
And I
just-
carry a purse. I don't know why Eric's laughing so funny because he's too chicken shit to wear things like bags and stuff. Oh my god, I'm gonna get
I'm
judged.
just watching you needle over there, and he's calling you out for it. It's good times over here.
Yeah, but I'm not offended. I was explaining my situation. Like, it's fine. I'm not offended. I carry a purse, so I was relating it to that. I don't carry a bag. I
No, but
carry a
saying how
purse.
cell phones are always, there's still no good way to carry them. Now they're becoming,
No.
but now hell, they're becoming glasses and all this stuff. So who knows where we're going to be?
Maybe the phones will be gone soon. Who knows?
This is
I saw at CES now. It's a triple flip.
Trip flip.
Yeah,
This
phone
is
from
our-
Samsung.
Samsung. I think it was. Yeah.
This is our second podcast, so we're getting a little like like we're just
Talked
talking,
out?
not talked out, but like just like like verbal diarrhea. And you can always tell when it's our second,
Well, maybe because we're warmed up.
Yeah, maybe.
or like my throat's getting very dry. I'm like, I'm parched.
Oh, okay. So
Okay.
All right, so let's go to the next generation, which is smartphones and messaging apps, 2007 to 2013.
I fully participated in this era.
What the hell? That was so dramatic.
I know.
Messaging became constant. Emojis, GIFs, and group chats took over. Phone calls quietly became avoided. Conversation sped up. 2007. I mean, I don't know, like 2007 to 13, like I feel like now group chats are more of a thing than they
Yeah,
were
that's
back
what I was
then.
kind of getting at. Like, what are we looking at here?
The
Like,
group chats weren't really a thing. Like for me, at least, they're like a thing now. Which I mean, this era and the next era, I mean, they're kind of the same era. I think they're just sort of talking about when like the iPhones first
I
came
thought
out.
this was the iMessaging. I'm gonna take back what I said.
Yeah, Eric, you got
I
all
didn't
like
fully participate.
like all like whatever. I mean, okay, here, let's start this way because both these eras kind of
They mesh into
combined.
each other.
Yeah.
So let me
there's
ask
some
this
overlap.
question. What year, Steve, did you get? I'm only saying iPhones because that's all we have is iPhones. So when
Yeah.
did you get your first iPhone?
oh Christ, I don't remember now.
I know mine.
I think it might have the iPhone
I don't need to know
4 was my first one, so I'm not even sure what year
I got
that
mine
is.
in 2011.
Yeah, I was going to say probably it was somewhere in that 2011, 12, somewhere
And so, I
around
mean, I
there.
was a couple years behind because didn't they come out in like 2007 or 8
The
or
first was
something?
2007.
Yeah,
no,
so I
I
mean-
didn't have one. I didn't have any of the first. Like, I'm pretty sure the 4S I think was my first one. I want to
Can
say.
I ask why they started with a 3?
They didn't.
They started with a 1?
Yeah, it was just the
Yeah.
iPhone, and then it was
Oh.
iPhone 3, then iPhone 3G,
What happened
then
to
iPhone
2?
3GS, because it was the network. It was iPhone 3G because of the 3G network. it
That's
was
right.
on.
It was
Anyway, Eric, when did you get your first iPhone? Like 2019?
2012. Thank you very much. Is the iPhone 4S?
Okay. It took him forever to get a cell phone because he thought it would give him brain cancer. So he didn't have one for a really long time.
I had a flip phone.
Yeah, but it still took you we were like everybody else was on to their 4th phone and Eric just got his phone.
That's true. That's true. I got my first phone. I had to drive to work. It was an emergency phone.
Okay, so we got the iPhones and that was when iMessaging was really cool. Like it was like, oh my gosh. And well, that was when Blackberries were still popular. So people had Blackberries, iPhones.
yeah.
Did they have the
That-
Androids then?
yeah.
But it was the
Yeah.
iPhone was the big thing.
And iPhone,
Yeah.
the iMessage really changed everything because at that point in time, you weren't messaging over SMS anymore. It was
Yeah.
using your data on the cell network.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's where they don't need text message plans anymore.
Yeah,
Because
that-
iMessage makes that irrelevant.
Yeah, that all went away. That at that point, it was not worrying about oh wait, how many texts do I send in a day? It's like who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Let me just mesh in this era and the next era with some talking points, and then we can kind of talk about it all because I feel like they just overlap. But it has the read receipts, reactions, voice notes, instant replies become expected. Messaging feels nonstop. So yeah, when we first got our iPhones, it was it was fun. It was exciting. It was like, oh my God, you could text your friends and blah, blah, blah. And then I feel like now it's like you do everything. Like you can voice note, you can talk text, you can
Group
do everything.
messages.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like the iMessage has just gotten better.
Yeah.
It was it was a cleaner, nicer way to text when it first came out.
Yeah.
And you could send photos a bit, and
Yeah.
it was nicer and it looked cleaner
Yeah.
versus the old
Yeah.
digital kind of binary looking screen. So it was
Yeah.
way nicer that way, but the iMessage now versus then is way different. Like you said, with group chats and even you can add with the new iOS 2026, you can have wallpapers to each chat and you can do all sorts of stuff.
Can I start asking questions now?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
It's just because it brings in talking points to the stuff, but
Yeah.
I low key love it because I already kind of know how Steve's gonna react to this one. So where did it go? Oh, are group chats helpful or just chaos?
Honestly, I think they're helpful. I don't know.
Damn, I wasn't expecting it.
It depends. Sometimes they're chaos. It really depends. I mean, it depends on who you're with, and some
Yeah,
of them.
it really is. Who's in the chat?
I tell you, if you have a group chat, you can no longer have sound on your phone. You have to
I
silence
never
your
do
alerts.
anyway.
For God's sake.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. but
Notifications off.
You have to. If you want to have any sort of alert for cell or any sort of text alerts, if you're in a group chat, that's gone.
Well, okay, so
For your own sanity, the people around you, please mute your phone.
here's the thing is all of us because we all have mutual friends and whatever, so
Yeah.
all of us sitting here are a part of numerous group chats that we're a part of, but you guys aren't, whatever the case. So
Yeah, or
the
everyone's in a
biggest
bunch of
the
them, yeah, I
biggest
think.
group chat that I'm in is and I think you guys are you guys are in that one. It's 7 people. That's my biggest group chat, so it's not too crazy.
No,
I don't know why Eric's acting like he's in it, so I don't know what
no,
he's
7
talking about.
people is
But also too, I love group chats because I find okay, so for example, for me, it's it connects you to people. So like, I'm
Yeah.
trying to think of an example of something that, when the Blue Jays were in the World Series.
Yeah.
So the one group chat, it's like us are in it. And then like 4 other people that we know that we hang out with and stuff.
Yeah.
And we were all just texting through the World Series, watching the games. And it was
Yeah.
so fun, right? Like I love group chats.
Oh yeah,
for
that's
that.
become like that's like a whole thing now.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's a whole new like sort of philosophy around TV and the way people watch stuff is
It's like
that.
your group watching.
Yeah, it's like a whole thing.
A watch party.
Yeah.
Watch party.
Yeah, like that's become a legit sort of
So-
way of life now.
I love group texts, and I mean, I don't know. I think they're fun. Obviously, I have like
Yeah.
one-on-one texts and stuff, but like,
Oh yeah, you have like both, but texting is super convenient. I mean,
I love it.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
way better.
Like my parents, they're obviously boomer parents, and my dad, I've been very lucky. He's kind of likes, he doesn't know it all, but he
Yeah.
likes the technology. So he likes, like, he texts, he has his phone, he goes and, sends the stupid Facebook memes, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But it's a way to keep in contact. My mom started doing it, so I can now, because again, I always say this, like, not everything's a phone call.
No, not always.
So
No.
like I could text
Yeah.
my mom and be like, hey, I made some extra lasagna. Do you want some? Sure. Done. Right? Like,
Yeah.
and I find that I talk to people in general. I stay connected more because I can just text.
Oh yeah, like I have friends that live close to me. I have family that live far away. Friends
Yeah.
that live not so close. But yeah, I talk to them way more than if there was no iMessage or anything. Yeah, I definitely would not talk nearly as much.
30 years ago, that's a long distance phone call you're paying for.
Yeah.
But then you have to have the time to sit down and make the phone. And
Yeah.
look, like if, there wasn't all this stuff during COVID, people would have been in a lot more dire straits. People
yeah.
connected so much during COVID because there was nothing else to do.
For sure.
Like, I think at one point, like all of us did like a Zoom, like games night, like,
Yeah.
like all that stuff. So, I mean,
I think the biggest thing, and this is going to be, maybe, I don't know if this is going to be a question you're going to say,
probably.
as good as it is, and I think it's fantastic, it doesn't replace face-to-face, and it never will.
No, hold that thought. You're right.
Okay.
But I think that'll
that's
sum
where
it up.
the confusion lies with, not so much our generation, but,
He's making me twitchy.
okay, sorry.
Just kidding.
No, sorry.
No, I think it's just a good way to sum up everything.
Okay.
To
All right.
asking
Yeah,
those
yeah,
questions.
no, all right.
But where was I? I just wanted to see why. Okay, this one. I feel like this one aggravates Eric the most, just because you've made a few comments before. I don't
Okay.
even know if you have or not. I feel like you have, but maybe I'm making it up because it feels like.
Eric's trying to figure out where you're on the pages.
It feels-
I can see it's like page 1, page 3.
What's she going to ask me here?
All right,
I'm
just
trying
throw it
I'm
away.
trying to find the question.
Throw the script
What-
away.
It
what's
doesn't
she gonna
matter
ask me?
anymore. But I feel like this is a very Eric thing. But like, when you, oh my God, my microphone is the worst today. Hold on. Hold, please.
It's not.
Oh, what is it? Oh, it's this.
It's
thing.
this thing here.
It's the spindle
I
at the
was
bottom.
turning the wrong thing. Okay, we're back. Okay, so, and maybe it annoys Steve too. When you are texting with somebody and you're looking at the thing because you just sent a reply, and then you see the little 3 bubbles pop up and they're
Yeah.
and they go away, go away, but nothing's popping up. So they're typing something. Does that make you insane?
Oh, it makes you totally insane.
I
I'm
knew
like,
it was an
Yeah.
Eric thing.
I'm like, there's a message, they're typing something, just type. Or like, so I hate it if like I see the message coming up, so I'll stop typing, waiting to see what that person typed, and then they stop, and then I'm like, well, no, you keep going, and
Yeah.
I'll respond to what you're gonna say, and then it's just like it doesn't happen, right?
No, it's confusing. Or sometimes you'll like, someone's typing and you'll reply in the middle of like someone's going to reply more than
Yeah,
one thing. They're going to send it in like 3 different
yeah,
bubbles. And then in the middle you reply, but then they send something else.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes things get out of whack,
Yeah.
And especially in a group chat,
yeah,
it can be, that's why it's really good now you can go back and reply to like a specific
yeah.
comment.
yeah, exactly. And then I get anxiety if I see that the bubble's going on for a long time because then I'm anticipating a super long message coming my way.
I have
Okay.
never, and I can honestly, and I'll say it because even at work, sometimes I'll know, like, I'll be on chat on Teams and you can see the same thing. There's like,
The bubbles, yeah.
and it's like, I can't figure out, doesn't seem like a real correlation between how long that is to how long the message is.
You know what it
Yeah.
is? I know what it is on the iPhone, and I mean, people will probably say I'm wrong. But so like if I'm in a text message and I'm reading it and I just wrote something and the other person's going to reply, but if I still have the like place where you type the text message, if my cursor is still in there, it can trigger to look like you're typing even if
Yeah.
I'm just looking at my phone waiting for
Oh,
a
yeah.
response.
Yeah.
But my question is that ties this all back. This is a perfect example of how like so much more anxieties have come up because of the technology, which is great. But like, should we really be sitting there getting, and I'm using anxiety broad. I mean, I know, but like, should we really be getting anxiety over watching Three Bubbles? But this is just our reality, right?
It's not a life or death situation, but still it causes anxiety.
But my point is like, you know, is the benefits of the technology we have worth this extra anxiety that we're just bringing on ourselves? I mean, I guess it's like you have to kind of just like monitor yourselves. And
I guess
like,
so. A lot of it's so new. It's like you have to like, exactly, kind of like
reflect,
monitor yourself.
Like it's not a big deal if I don't see whatever.
Yeah.
And like, I guess the question is,
just
I mean,
perspective sometimes.
But I guess the question is, it's like, as far as I know, like you're not sitting there every day, every moment with crippling anxiety because of Three Bubbles. It's just like if you happen to have it open and you see it, you're like, no, where is it? Right?
Yeah.
Like, so it's all like whatever. But all these anxieties build up, right? So I don't know. Is it?
So are you? Do you want an answer? Or?
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not worth it.
No,
I don't think at all. Like it's all you're getting into with like. How many of these group chats? Like they're fun and I like them, but none of them are that important to be honest. Like,
no, I'm not talking about group chats. I'm talking about the Three Bubbles.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but so in the group chat, seeing those bubble, like, you know, I guarantee most of the stuff you're waiting to hear back from, it's not like, life shattering or shattering, super important. It's just whatever. So, I think, I mean, as much as I do enjoy my phone and whatever, I think they've brought nothing but really bad things.
Well, and I think we're learning now because
I think that's the problem is after 20 years of unfettered, unrestricted everything, everything's gone to absolute garbage in this world, and I think our phones are a big part of it.
I know, I get it. But I'm just saying, I think that now, after having so many years of having all this, I think now we're just starting at the point where we're starting to learn how to like self-regulate ourselves and be like, okay, if somebody doesn't answer right away, like it's fine. Like, you know what I mean? Like we're learning to like, no, it's not a big deal. But it's like all comes in like with learning, right?
It's just, there's been like social media and cell phones have been around for like, 20 plus years now. So we're getting to see more of the long-term effects of this stuff.
Yeah.
No, exactly. You're realizing, this was not all gravy, all good. And you know.
Can I ask another question?
Yeah.
I have two questions. Do you guys, okay, sorry. I just was looking at the time and I got distracted. Have you guys ever muted a group chat? Ooh, if you say yes, I'm going to ask which one. And
I don't think so, no.
No, I've never muted.
I guess I just turn off my notification. Like, I've tried a few times where I'm like, I had, sometimes I'm like, I want to have sounds on for certain things or want to miss it. But I'm like, a few times I've been like, I'm going to turn on my alerts again for text.
Yeah.
I'll turn them off.
I just use my focus mode to like basically where like it mutes all the notifications.
Yeah.
But I think like for me at least, like my group chats, like they go through spurts, right? So there might be like a Friday night, everybody happens to be on their phone and we're all like boom, boom, boom for like an hour back and forth. And then you could go 2 days and not have anything in it, right? So for me, it's not like
no, but there's plenty of times where I've been like, I'm just chilling, watching something on YouTube or something. Like, Jesus, I'll yell at me like, stop fucking talking on this fucking chat, guys. Jesus
but
Christ.
that's a you problem. You just need to
so
turn
then
your
I'll go and focus.
notifications.
Yeah, no, exactly. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, guys. Like, does no one have anything better to do right now?
No, we don't.
So there's plenty of times I get super annoyed.
But that makes me mad that you get that mad because it's like, well, no, maybe people don't have anything better to do. And if you don't like it, turn off your notifications.
No, and that's what, I will.
That's what I do, because there's been times like, you're working, whatever, you're busy doing something. It's like, Jesus fuck, not now.
Yeah.
And it's like, so you just change your focus mode on and then it's like,
But that makes me annoyed that you get mad that people are texting you.
Well, no, but sometimes, it's fine. People text, but no, sometimes it's just like, oh my God, like,
yeah.
Well,
turn your notifications
off. That's exactly why I do,
some of our group chats, it's nothing to do with me at all. So it's like, this is not, bye.
That is more sometimes I know anything with group chats is, this isn't a group conversation that needs to happen here.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys I think I'm kicking you out of my groups because you guys are grumpy.
No, I'm just saying that group chats are good and bad.
Yeah.
That's fine. Everybody has
sometimes not everything is,
group chats.
No, I 100% I do too, but sometimes it's like, hey, this shouldn't be a group chat conversation.
Yeah.
Some people are just chatty.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying, it's just, and then you can't really say that because then you're the asshole. You're like, hey, maybe this should not be.
Yeah, maybe this is a one-on-one conversation. This is not for a
group consumption. But
who cares though? Just don't read it. Just put your phone down, be like, they're not talking about me, and ignore it.
But that's kind of what you do with the focus mode.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to get pissy about it. Just be like, oh, that's not for me.
I just have my moment where I'm like,
and sometimes you're just like,
Yeah,
Yeah, you're trying to do something, and then it's just like bing, bing, bing. It's
One
like,
day
oh.
you'll be sad when nobody messages you.
that's true. Where's the bings?
Yeah.
Exactly. So
I don't see any bubbles.
it
Where's
just
the
means
bubbles?
that people like you. So
Well, maybe.
anyway, I want to ask one more question,
Yep.
and then we can talk sort of about what Steve said. But if you have to pick one, okay, I'm telling you, you can't not. You have to.
Okay.
Which era of messaging was the best and why?
Oh, geez. I mean, I guess I just had to say probably the current one. I mean, it's the easiest, most convenient, I guess. Yeah.
Eric?
Same for the same reasons, like the current method, because it's convenient and it doesn't cost anything.
I think the current method, I think that as we just had from this random little crash out the last few minutes, but I think the current one, but I think also like you have to be able to self-regulate what your brain can and can't take in, right? So you have to set up your own safeguards on your phone, whether it's turning notifications, turning sounds, whatever it is, to not get yourself overwhelmed. But overall, I think, and it's good that we have those options, right? Like we could
Well, there's a
literally,
reason why they put them in, because they realize that, yeah.
like you can mute groups where you won't get notification. It'll show up that you have messages, but it's not giving you notifications. Did you know you guys could do that?
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, you just have to be self-aware enough to put those in place so you don't crash out over getting a lot of messages.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah.
Once. But we can finish off sort of talking about what Steve said, if you want to bring that up again, because I forgot.
No, I said I think the biggest problem is that people think a group chat is a substitution for face-to-face interactions, and that's
No, it's
No,
not.
not
it's
at
not.
all. And that, I think, is a huge problem right
It
now,
is.
is that you've got a lot of people that are sitting at home
Yep,
chatting on their phones thinking that that is a good replacement for
it's not.
doing this, watching the
And-
Jays game together, or watching the movies together, or
Yeah.
especially
mean,
younger
Because
generations.
you miss all that nuance of in-person communication, right?
Yeah.
And so that's why we can't put periods in those sentences anymore, because people think that means you're being like blunt or angry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
I
like-
heard
I mean,
that
it's
a
thumbs
goddamn
up,
period.
thumbs up now is not
It's-
good or something.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't
It's
understand.
too. Oh, Eric, I have beef with you. The new emoji that I hate is when you do this one. I just want to be like,
See,
F you.
I did that because I thought thumbs up was like bad. So
Why
like,
don't we just do no emojis and say, okay,
Well, why didn't we just, who gives a shit? Like, what's wrong with, I don't understand. Like,
it's not
no,
really.
no, I know,
it's
but they're saying like,
but
just,
that's what I mean. Like you can read into an emoji like the totally wrong way.
Because I think emojis, it's like, oh, you didn't even give a shit enough to write. It's just like, okay, emoji.
But see, that's where it's like
But-
it's a quicker, more to the point
Okay,
response.
whatever. I mean, it doesn't
but
matter.
again, it's like, if you're going to say, hey, I'm on my way to pick you up,
yeah,
like, is it okay? Like,
Yeah.
what else are you supposed to respond to that?
No, you respond okay, but I'm saying when you
But
respond
what's
with
it,
a,
okay, or a thumbs up, or a,
well, I don't know, because
it is.
emojis people just think are less personal. I don't know.
no,
Don't
I'm
ask
just
me.
saying, but it just gets to be insane. It's
well,
like,
of course
Yeah.
it
and
is.
it's the same problem as like emails and stuff, is there's no context or influx to the dictation
just-
there, that you just don't,
yeah.
Can I just touch
okay
on?
can be taken 1,000 different ways.
Okay, so just to touch back on what Steve said really quickly to sort of finish this up, but like I said, I think that there are scenarios where, group chatting about watching a baseball game works because people live far away, yada, yada, and it's a way to stay connected. On the flip side, like I know myself, I have probably like 3 people in my texting that we've back and forth been like, we should go for lunch. Yeah, let's go for lunch. We should go for, oh yeah, let's go for lunch. We never go for lunch.
Yeah.
So because it's easy, because like, well, I don't feel bad. I'm still talking to them. Like, whatever. And vice versa, right? And but yes, before this, like you would just make the plan to go for lunch. You call on the phone, be like, do you want to go for lunch next Tuesday? Sure. So I do see both sides of it. Again, it's self-regulating and having your own sort of drive to just be like, no, we're like taking, what do they call it now? Like the trip made it out of the group chat. You see all these videos where it's like a bunch of friends like on a trip, and it's like the trip made it out of the chat, right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing because everybody says it's a whole bunch of shit in chat.
Well,
but-
because and I mean, again, I just think that the chat is not a replacement for that.
No, it's
face-to-face,
not.
Whether it's doesn't have to be anything elaborate, it's a trip, or even
No.
even a phone call is better
Yeah.
than a text.
No, 100%. I'm
You know?
not disagreeing with you
Yeah.
at all. I think,
It's more
like
personal.
I think it's like twofold. Like you said, for an example, it's like good and bad. It's good for staying connected with people you can't see in person,
Yeah.
but also it's too easy to not see people in person.
No, and it's the same thing. I mean, we didn't really talk about that much because I guess it's not quite the same. But like with now that with like video games that you can like chat and talk
Yep.
while you do it,
Way
so
to
it's
play.
like that's how kids play together now. It's like, but that's not playing together.
No, we
at
used
all.
to sit on the floor 5 inches from the TV with the controllers
well,
playing with our friends.
Or we actually went outside and ran around
Right.
and like.
But
got
I'm
in trouble
saying,
outside. Yeah.
But I'm
Yeah.
saying if you're just using the video game example, it's
Yeah.
still more sociable to be sitting in the same room.
Yeah. No,
playing.
exactly.
You can, it's different.
So the problem is all these digital connections people think replaces the social, actual face-to-face
No, it
stuff, and it
doesn't.
doesn't, and that's where we
Look,
get.
guys, we are here to tell you
divided.
we lived through the era of where all there was social interaction. So we
Yeah.
can tell you, like I said, I think we've mentioned briefly before, like, I would love to go back to a really good day in like 1992 and kind of just like have that feeling again.
Yeah.
Just,
Oh yeah,
just to
no, I
have
mean,
that,
as
like,
much as these are convenient, some of something I've seen that a few times now. That like some people are like, I wish Y2K was real, and it just killed
I
all the
saw
computers.
it today,
Like,
actually.
like,
Yeah.
You know, yeah, sometimes, yeah.
It's
Would've
a
been
weird
better.
thing. Again, I think technology is great. It's just it
yeah.
comes down to like, having your own self resistance or regulation or whatever it is to know what works and doesn't work for you. But it's hard because it's addicting.
Well, it's hard, and
It's hard.
it's-
It's addicting on purpose.
Well, and that whole other conversation
We're
is
not gonna
that
get Steve
yes,
riled up
No,
about
no,
that.
but it's this
No.
shit's designed to
100%
have
it
you
is.
sit in your basement by yourself
Yeah.
on it and think that it's
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, guys, comment below and let us know what is your favorite favorite messaging era. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to assume we're all on the same page here, but let me know. Maybe you missed the days of pagers and payphones.
Yeah, I do miss
Who knows?
ICQ. Was a nice. You could go on. You wanted to turn it off. ICQ was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. But yeah, comment below. Let us know. But that is it for today's podcast, guys. We thank you very much for joining us, and we will see you in the next one.
Take care, everybody.
Bye,
Bye,
everyone.
guys.